I have not actually gone live on this format before, so I am gonna have to figure out how this is gonna work. Okay, don't think I want a sticker. Exit that. Do I want a retouch? Your girl will take the retouch. Let's try without retouch. Ooh, let's take the retouch. Green screen. Oh, that's great. Okay, we can keep green screen. Lighting on. Lighting off. Okay. I think we're there. It's green. Oh my god. Hey, Tanya. Okay, I'm actually really glad. I was literally about to message you because I've just tried to go live. I've never done it on, I think it's through the app or something. Normally I do it through another platform. So I was like literally about to just message you. Yeah, and then I was like, do you know what? The kitchen's a bit of a mess, and I did not realise my camera could see that. So I was quickly like, wait, what are these buttons on the side? I'm like a kid in a candy store, didn't know these features existed. So of course your girl put a bit of, I think it's touch thing, whatever. Anyway, and then I thought, great, you guys don't have to see that I've been having mental breakdowns and haven't cleaned my kitchen properly. And this was also the reason I'm doing the live, to motivate me to do 3 days worth of dishes, which I haven't done. And in all theme of the title of the video, yeah, I'm just being honest with it because whatever. OBS, hey, how are you doing? I do remember when we spoke last time, there was some stuff with your apartment. Did you move? Did you get the right person in? You can let us know in chat. I'm just a little concerned though, guys, because hold on. Chat viewing options. Live, all messages are visible. Right, I want to see them all. The only thing is, I feel like unless I keep touching the screen, I don't know if your messages go off. So, I'm also in the middle of cooking. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to keep touching the screen. If I see them pop up, obviously I can respond. Yeah, it's eclipse time, guys. So, as I just said that, I saw 11:11 on my timer. That's crazy. So yeah, I want to talk to you about this because with the eclipse, I don't know how everyone else has been feeling. Me personally, recently, the last couple of months building up to this, bearing in mind we have had a lot of eclipses anyway coming through over the last couple of months, I've just been having a lot of time inwards, hence why I've been quieter on the channel. And revelations, realizations, yeah, just coming to me like deep thoughts, kind of in a deep depression. Although I've always been depressed my whole life, I think this is really, I've really become more isolated and alone, and it's really taken me inwards. But then I also understand, I think a lot of the time we have to sometimes go really deep inwards to get the answers we need, because, you know, external path is for some, not for others. And I just think personally, I need to get more comfortable with myself. And I have this placement, I'll share it with you guys, because if you're into astrology, you may be curious about your own Leo placements. I have Leo in the 12th house, in Chiron, whatever, you know what I'm saying, guys. So I really do have these fears of being seen, being on my own, and this has really been building up to it. So the fact that I'm here with the green screen behind me, with my face out, feeling like absolute, I'm trying to face this fear, but we'll get into that. I want to read OBS's message. Right, I moved, no one came, fought with my BLDG, I'm not quite sure what that's going to stand for off the top of my head, and left at the end of the lease. Maybe it's like, you mean your landlord or something, but didn't pay the last 4 months. Amicable, separation. Now I'm embarking on my digital nomad journey. Oh, sorry, yes, building. Okay, well this, look, the great part, you're on your digital journey, which is what you wanted to do. But yeah, that must have been really difficult for you. All of that coming to an ending, that's a big change, isn't it, in your life? But I'm glad to see you back on here. Thank you for sharing that with us. Tanya wrote, I think if I didn't have loads to do, I would have been the same, lying in bed. Yeah, so I don't know, guys, like, for you guys, sorry, don't judge, it is fizzy. But it's spring fizzy. Let me just step aside to drink this. Because I've been feeling so dehydrated, it's unreal. So, yeah, I also want to touch on the fact that this eclipse, I was reading up on it because not only is it like astrological, it's astronomical. So it's kind of sciencey too. This particular one that's happening, now I want to know where you all are in the world. So let me know in the comments where you are in the world and if you're going to be able to see it, because a new moon is normally dark in the sky. You won't see anything. Like, you literally won't see it. However, because it's the eclipse, it will light up with this circle all around. And yeah, apparently it can be seen in many places around the world. Now, me personally, I'm in the UK. Apparently we might get to see it. But I'm like, am I even going to have the strength to take myself out? I don't know. But apparently this once in a lifetime event is only ever going to happen in another 50 years. Some of us might not even be here. So guys, like, I really want to say, if you have the energy and the strength, please, like, leave your phone and just go and enjoy nature and literally try and get to see it. Oh my god, someone has OBS Mexico City. I wish I was there. Like, that sounds incredible. Oh my god, Naomi, we have Naomi. You see, when I just plan these last minute ones, you see how the universe is just connecting us all back together. I'm loving this. Naomi, darling, how are you feeling? Know you had a lot going on before, but with this current eclipse, like, how are you holding up? But yeah, so look guys, if you get a chance to go and view it, I would really strongly recommend it, because we're never going to get to see this again, maybe like for another 50 years. So I'm in my 30s, I might make it to my 80s, but right now I don't even feel like I'm going to make it for another bloody year. But yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't know, but I would really suggest trying seeing it. I know there's stuff online, they say like don't look at it directly and all that, but I'd be really intrigued. Like, I do want to see it. Apparently in the UK it could be, maybe, I'm off the top of my head, roughly something between 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the evening. Like, it's going to illuminate in the sky, and if you've got an unobstructed view you may get a glimpse. So I don't know, but again, yeah, guys, where are you in the world? Because I'm thinking you might get to see it. Like, I'm hoping you guys will. I kind of want to, because I just feel like I've seen it on a TV screen and through pictures, but I haven't personally seen it, you know, in person. Also, I want to say, because there's just like so much energy going on, like literally energetics. I won't get too sciencey or too spiritual into it, but in a nutshell, eclipse energy brings through huge waves of energy. So like huge transformations for us. Huge things might get revealed. So as I was saying, because a new moon is dark and this eclipse will lighten something, it's like whatever is in the shadows or the dark or whatever's done in the dark, now is a time where it can literally come to light. So you might find in your own personal life, like literal, things coming up, like things come into your awareness that you didn't know before. Maybe something been revealed. Like, the themes are going to vary for different people, but because it's in Leo, that's quite strong, fiery energy. As I explained, if you're into your astrology, look at your astrology chart. You can do them online, like you can type in like your date of birth, where you're born, and it will tell you your basic kind of planetary stuff. But look whereabouts you have Leo placements or what house they're in. As I was saying, mine's in the 12th house. All stuff kind of hidden, mysterious. It's also Leo in Chiron, which apparently is real challenging. So here I am trying to be seen in the world. I actually think I really want to be seen though, but anyway, it's a whole confusing, complex kind of situation going on. But there is just, I know on a personal level, there has been like a lot coming up. I think for acknowledgement, for healing, there's just so much. So, where have you guys gone? Right, Naomi put very emotional, but it's been therapeutic. Okay, well I'm glad that you have made it onto the live. You're here with us. Yeah, I wonder, are you going to get to see this lunar eclipse from where you are? And does anyone on here know their Leo placements, or like, are they interested in their Leo placements at all? Let me know, guys. One sec. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. Right. Yeah, because also let me know. Can you still hear me, or is that really annoying if you hear the water as well? Let me know. If it's too annoying, I'm going to turn it off. But I was like, I need human contact right now to help motivate me do these chores, because they've literally been piling up. And I don't know about anyone else, but like I get extreme fatigue and exhaustion, and it literally just wipes me out. So the last couple of months I've been like really just reassessing like my boundaries, my energy, just trying to get through each day, which is a lot. Oh, hold on, ABS, I can see pop up here. Leo in 10th house. So for you, that's all about your career then. Like, you should be, I know you said it about your digital stuff now, but that's like perfect alignment for stuff to do with your career, because 10th house, maybe, I think it's the 10th house, yeah. I'm pretty sure 10th house will rule like your career. So that's interesting for you. I think I just saw Naomi's pop up and said Leo, I think, hold on. That's Leo ascendant, right. So the ascendant, is that the rising? I think, yeah. So look that one up maybe, Naomi. You're less, maybe OBS might know actually. I feel like you're kind of quite in tune with your astrology there. So what area of her life that would reflect? I think it's more of the outward energy. And I think Virgo's my rising. Pretty sure Virgo is. So when you said about that OCD energy, I was like, yeah, I need to do it, because everything's got on top of me. And that's the side of mental health that like people, I don't think did they really talk about it? And like when stuff just feels too much and you can't do it, but then it's also killing you on the inside, that, oh my god, I need to hoover. Oh my god, my dishes have piled up. Like, I want to change my bed sheets, but I've got no energy. Oh my god, I didn't shower today. Like, do you know what I mean though? Like, I laugh about it now, like while I'm in you guys' company, but on my own, those things, like, they really break you. And especially if you don't have, let's turn this down a little. If you don't have anyone else around you or supporting you or motivating you, or even just like this, like being in the energy of others that's gonna uplift you and help motivate you, and give you, do you know what I mean, guys? Like that little bit of an extra boost. Like everyone needs it from time to time, but that does tie in with my 12th house Leo thing, is like very isolated and alone. And I'm like, that's my timer. I don't know how that's going to change. Let me silence the timer. Timer, how do I stop you? Okay, exit. Green screen was such a cool idea. OBS, just give yourself a Pomodoro. I don't even know what that is. A Pomodoro 15-minute timer, and just do what you, yes. So like that now, I was like, okay, something's in the oven. So I was like, okay, and I just was like, do you know what? While I have this tiny peak of energy, I was like, guys, I'm just gonna come on and literally talking to you. See, OBS, if you didn't know that was see, you're psychically tuning in. I was just like, yeah, let me come on here. And I was thinking, oh, no one will probably be on my live. And then you guys did surprise me. So yeah, basically. And also, I want to give you guys like a message as well of like, don't beat yourselves up, okay? Because a lot of the time, like, if you're like me, you want to strive for perfection. Hold on. Okay, don't even laugh right now. Like, you want to strive for... That was hot. I'm trying to do it now before it gets too hot later on. You want to strive for perfection, and then like when you can't do it, it breaks you inside. And I've kind of been like that recently, because if anyone knows me, or has known me for a long time, or like followed my stuff for a long time, like I've always been into like natural health, healing. Then I feel like at this time in my life, some of it's kind of going out the window. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, even to fill up my water filter, sometimes I can't even be bothered. Like, it's not that I can't be bothered, it feels like too much energy, like to actually have to wait and fill the kettle. This sounds terrible, but I'm being real with you guys. So I'm just sometimes like, if I'm just too weak in the moment, I'm just like, F it, I'll have to just drink the fluoride flipping tap. Or I'll just go and buy a bottle of pop. Like, it's really bad, but this is the reality of like when you're like severely depressed and like your energy's down, is just like you're in your survival mode. You know, you're not making the same choices you would in a different vibration. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? And like the point why I share this, because like I'm not perfect, and I put so much pressure on myself to want to be perfect, to want to do the best I can, to live to these high ideals and standards. But guess what? I can't always do it. It's too much sometimes. Sometimes I just barely, like now I'm like arching over because I just, even just the strength to stand up tall is like, the body's in too much pain. So yeah, like if you struggle with anything like that, like please don't be hard on yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, know that there has been times in your life where you can do it, and there's going to be times where you don't, but it's okay. And I think that's the message. Like, let me try and get this chat back up. Here we go. Right, Naomi said yes, too much lately, so I've been taking it easy. Exactly. Yeah, you've got to just, I think, listen to your body, honor it, honor what you're feeling. Yeah, try not to let the guilt get to you. Sure, I feel you. OBS, also a really great trick to get going is play a song from teenage years. Oh my god, yeah. That's a bit upbeat that you like. It's a neuro trick to help move the energy. Might have to try that, because another weird thing I do, don't know if anyone else does this, but like when I'm in this like feeling mode and I'm struggling, something I do as well is it's like, I don't know if it's a form of punishment, guys, but like I won't listen to anything. No radio, no music. It's not like it's like a pay per minute where I have to be like, do you know, like, no. I just like, no, I'm gonna suffer in silence. And sometimes as well, I don't know if it's a sensory thing, like I can't stand if there's like too much noise or, you know, too much feeling, like, I don't know. So I don't know if anyone else does that, because it is a great idea. Yeah, put on something and that might help you in that moment, but sometimes I can't even bring myself to do that. But today I may try that. We have someone else here on chat, the real Theo there. Hello, hi, nice to have you on here. How are you doing? And yeah, guys, as well, if you guys have any questions at all about, you know, mental health stuff, astrology stuff, this new moon, this eclipse, whatever, you can drop them in chat as well. I mentioned that just in case there are new people jumping on the live, and I haven't already said that. Right, let's go for attempt 2. I think I need to do this more often to actually get through the amount of dishes I have here. Honestly, guys, I'm so glad the camera's not going to show you this, because I would feel embarrassed. Like, it's a lot. But it's also the reality of, like, yeah, that's the reality of living a non-perfect life. Yeah. But I've definitely been in my deep... What's the word I'm looking for? You know, where you, like, go deep in and you want to learn stuff and learn more about yourself and your soul. And it's like the old version of you is dying off and a new one has been rebuilt. Let's have a look. Sounds Virgo to me. I've been struggling with getting things done and beating myself up for it. I did some family systems work. Different parts of me were bullying other parts of me internally. Wow, thank you for sharing that with us. That does sound very deep, but it also sounds familiar. Do you know what I mean? Like, definitely feels and sounds familiar what you're saying there. Okay, the real bear, your comment is not on topic, so we are not going to address that. OBS, so I did a guided meditation with a spiritual therapist, energy worker, to have them stop working, oh my gosh, where's it gone? Working against myself and start working together. How did you find that? Like, did you feel results from it? Like, did you feel a change? Like, did you feel the difference? Because I'm always intrigued, like, when people go, like, obviously I'm all about the alternative, like the natural, holistic kind of roots and stuff, and energy and whatnot. So I'd be interested, like, yeah, did you feel an immediate shift? Because all those things are just working on our energy, aren't they? Like, it's all, everything is energy. And I think sometimes when we slow down, what we actually realize sometimes is, like, there's so much you can maybe have been through in life, and then things start coming back up into your consciousness for you to kind of work through and acknowledge, whereas maybe before you weren't able to acknowledge or work through them. So it's very fascinating. Yep, Naomi put, our own worst enemy at times. We literally are. Like, no one is as big a critic as ourselves to ourselves. OBS wrote, I took a nap for a first time right after and was actually rested when I woke up for the first time in years. Wow. So immediately it was working on your energy system then, right? That's incredible. That's really amazing. Yeah, I know in the past, like, when I've done healing sessions for people, but also had healing myself, like, yeah, it can feel really different. Like, some of it is an immediate kind of feeling that you'll feel, and other times it definitely takes, like, you notice the shift over, like, an amount of time, don't you? Like, you can really feel the difference. And did you just have one session? I'm curious to know that. I am curious to know. Also, what is the weather saying where everyone is too? Okay, OBS had 3, but this was after the second session. Ooh, okay, that's incredible. Yeah, and I think different things work for different people. So I think if people are open to it, like, the energy stuff is always going to be best, because it can do no harm and it doesn't have, like, negative or bad side effects for you. Apart from sometimes, like, you know, stuff may come up that you maybe have to process, deal, work through a bit. But, like, maybe that's what you need. You know what I mean? Like, we can't avoid certain things forever. Some people, if they're not so into that, like, they might prefer, like, more traditional kind of things, I guess, to help them. So I think it all depends on the person. Naomi wrote, it's sunny and clear, so I'm going to try and see the eclipse. It'll be a partial here in New York. Ooh. Okay, do you know what I want to do, guys? Like, I don't know if you can take pictures of the eclipse, but I don't know if you think this is a good idea. On my community section on the page, you know, like, where I can post, like, a note or something. I don't know if I open that. If I open it, can you guys post on there too? Like, I want to see everyone's pictures, like, if you get an eclipse picture. Is it that? Yeah, okay, right. So you can definitely set your intentions at this new moon. What I will say is, yes, they're going to be amplified because it's an eclipse. So imagine a new moon energy. When the eclipse comes into, it's literally like times 10 on steroids. So, like, things will come through rapid, way quicker. That it's more powerful. So really be kind of like, anything you think of or you want to do, be really mindful. Like, you know that saying, like, you'll get what you wish for. So make sure it is really stuff that you want. And if you're like me right now and say you don't have a lot of energy to maybe like do your normal practices or routines, whatever, literally power of the mind, because it works in both ways. So when you think about something, even if it's like something not good, your thoughts and energy are going to that. So if I think about like a result I want on something, or you know, something I need in my life, if I really focus my thought on that, even if I'm not feeling great and my vibrational energy is not there, but because I'm still thinking about it, it's still going to happen. I just have to make sure I'm thinking about something that I actually do want. Does that make sense, guys? So it's definitely a great time to do it. I would also, because I'm a nature lover, is like incorporate nature into it. So even if it's just sitting outside, writing it in your notebook. I'm a big one for writing stuff in your own handwriting, because I feel personally it's more powerful. And even, you know, maybe just pick up some leaves, some flowers, anything that's like native to where you are or around you. And maybe you just like want to bury something in the earth, like, but I definitely feel like bring in the elements. And like, if you've got sun today, like we have here, charge it under the sun. Like, let the literal rays and energy from the earth do some magic for it. Right, Tanya put what time? Well, Tanya, for us, I think it's between 6 something and 7 something that we may get to see it. So yeah, OBS wrote, she was super helpful. I had gotten to the point where I was energetically exhausted and I didn't know how to fix it. So I looked for help and found her. She was great. Say Obi sent you. She uses traditional therapy practices, but is also able to ready energy and support energetically exactly what I needed. Wow. Is she local to you, or does she do like online stuff too? I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Let me just drink this over here. Lauren Williamson coaching. Let's write that down. Lauren Williamson coaching. Okay, I'm gonna have to have a look into that for sure. I'm just saving that into my notes, guys. Where else has it gone on here? It was all via Zoom. She's based in the LA area. Wow. See, that's what I love as well. Yeah, stuff. These days we can do stuff over Zoom, can't we? So it doesn't really matter where you are in the world. Okay, perfect. Also back to these eclipse energies. So, for example, if you're like me and you were feeling more tired or exhausted recently, I always say, like, don't ignore your body, because you might be getting called to rest or recharge for reasons that cannot make sense logically, do not make sense physically, but you have to trust and believe that, like, this is going to be part of like what you're going through. And it also kind of ties into like when we talk about energies or upgrades or frequencies, like our light bodies literally right now are like getting charged by this energy. So for some people that can manifest outwardly as like so much energy, so high vibe. Like, okay, I'm being a bit sarcastic there because, you know, but yeah, like some people, excuse my sweat patches too, it's hot. So yeah, some people are gonna feel, you know, super, yeah, they might feel like that. Others, like me, if you need to sleep for hours, even if it is, you feel like it's been happening for months or years, your system maybe is just reacting differently and absorbing the energies differently. It's like, you know, computer software, phone softwares, every so often we have to update them and upgrade them. So we have to listen to our bodies, like, you know. And also I want to say, yeah, as well, probably message to myself, but others may relate, stop being so hard, because the times we're living in now, nowhere in history did our grandparents, our ancestors, nowhere in history did they have, number one, so much freaking electrical energy interfering with our auras and Earth. Nowhere near as much toxicity in the world. I'm talking like food, air, environment, everything. Can't say too much because I don't want to get off the network, but yeah, if you know, you know. Like, yeah, we are surrounded by frequencies 24/7 now more than ever. Like, duh, hello phones. Like, that, for those of us that are energetically sensitive and have energy fields built differently, that's literally it's like a drain on our batteries all the time. So we're having to battle that. Our ancestors wouldn't have. Also, the way the world is designed now is like totally different. Like, a lot of people are just waking up and it's like straight to the phone. Like, it is messing with the human race, I will say. So I think we need to like be less hard on ourselves, that there's not necessarily something wrong with us. Stuff is wrong with the world, okay? And we are just trying to process that, if that's making sense to you guys. Right, OBS put, I'm going to do breath work on a tree in a park today. Unfortunately, the eclipse won't be visible here. Oh, that's kind of sad, but like, I really hope you enjoy your time with the tree, because, and trust, whatever tree you choose has literally called you. Like, that's, yeah, I think trees are magical. Like, we should spend more time around them, and we should have more trees. Naomi put, I almost took a 4-hour nap yesterday, even though dishes are piling up and laundry needs folding. I'm ready to get over this funk. Oh my god, I feel your pain on that one, because yeah, mine is the same. And like, sometimes I just wish I had an extra pair of hands, help, but no, like, it just piles up and then you feel absolutely rubbish, and then you do stuff. Like, I don't even have kids to clean up after, but I have 3 animals, and trust me, like, it just feels never ending. ABS, I fell asleep like 6 p.m. last night and woke up at 4:30 a.m. Wow. Talking of sleep, what's everyone's dreams? Have people's dreams been going like way more intense? Because mine, I had a, not going to say it on live, but I did have like a really kind of intense one a couple of nights ago. And I went through, normally my dreams are always like there's always stuff I remember. That's just always been part of me. Dreams are crazy. Then I went through a little phase of like, maybe that fluoride water be taking an effect again. Anyways, then the last week or two, probably building up to this eclipse, like, they've started intensifying again. So I'm trying to like write them down and remember them, but I would strongly encourage you to, because as I said, like, we're all going to be getting certain types of like messages coming through. And someone's like, I literally just saw a passerby go past too. So like, I want to take messages from everywhere they come. But yeah, we're going to be getting a lot of messages, and sometimes like when we're so busy, it's hard for the universe to stop us, keep us here, and like try to communicate. So sometimes what happens is like, you may get things come through in your dreams. So pay attention to the dreams, pay attention to messages, even like this, excuse me, saying random in chat could like suddenly have something like significant that may help you. One moment, guys, let me check stuff's not burning, because I am, as usual, getting carried away chatting. Okay, I think this should probably be done. Right, literally 2 more minutes, then I'm going to turn them off and let them sit. But yeah, because it's like times 10 energy for this eclipse, it's like, I would say like, yeah, a meditation today, I'm definitely going to try and do it, because I feel my guides around me. Like, I had a really profound experience a few days ago, I'll share it with you. And I think recently I've been having some throat chakra healing coming up, okay? And I just had this experience, where basically I was just like out, and I start singing like so loud, like, and then I start singing in a different voice which isn't mine, not thinking about the lyrics, not thinking about what I'm saying. And basically, anyway, like, I must have been channeling, and maybe I was channeling another life or another lifetime, or maybe a future life, I'm not 100% sure. And anyways, I was channeling some guides, I think guides, that I'm aware of. So without saying all the details, but yeah, so, and I got the biggest chills all over my arms, all over my legs, like, you know when you actually get like huge goosebumps and you're like, what? Like, just from using my voice to sing and say certain things which I wasn't even thinking about. And I was like, no, like, I don't know if anyone else gets that, but that's definitely like a confirmation feeling for me. And anyway, then I got home and I opened this app that I was using. Anyway, and then like the first thing that popped up was connected to a guide that I'd literally been thinking of when I was doing the channeling, and I was like, whoa. Like, I was like, wow. You know when you have those kind of moments, like, they're so unreal. And you're just like, did that literally just happen to me? Like, I love when you have those, like, they happen in your physical, but they just don't feel like physical moments. So I just definitely feel that, guys. It's like, yeah, if you're tuned in, if you're aware, just notice even like an animal visiting you. It could be anything. Do you know what I mean? Like the numbers on the screen, these little things. It's like we take for granted, but actually, like, there is so much like depth and meaning to those, because for spirit sometimes it's not that easy. Like, some people can literally probably hear them and be aware of them, like, but for the majority of the time, through all the distractions they'd have to get through to come down to us, get out of the way of our own egos to try and communicate with us, it's like, it's incredible. And then it just made me think, like, on the throat chakra part of things, like, if I look back, I would always be the person that would be scared to talk in front of a group of people. Like, even down to like school when I was little, like, you know, if they came around and to ask you a question, I'd be like, oh my god, like thinking like, don't ask me, like this fear of speaking in front of people, speaking out loud, like I hated it. And it's only the last couple of years I think I've got more confident with my voice and to use it, or like in public if I would need to. But even say now, if I was doing a Zoom call and there was like loads of people on there, like, if you, when it comes to you to introduce yourself, I'm still a bit like, it's just always, but I am socially awkward anyway, so maybe that's part of it. But it's got to that point where I'm like, it's about like just expressing myself and my voice, and I think I've held that in for so long, and it's now manifested too, if anyone else relates with this. My wisdom teeth, they've been impacting for a couple of years, right? I mean, trying to grow through. Like the top ones, they've grown through like half the amount, and I'm like, that's weird, they didn't fully grow through anymore. Then the bottom two, I've like, I think it was like, well, it's definitely been over a year or a year and a half, like this one anyway. And I think it must have been, just be impacted now, like it's not fully coming through. And I think that's partially down to like expression. And as I was saying, back to this throat chakra stuff, so it's all so fascinating how it's interesting, but the throat is also connected to our abilities with channeling and expressing, which again, if you know my journey several years ago, I started practicing mediumship more. I would regularly go to circle, to group practicing, and then I kind of just, I don't know, I think I kind of just always had a little fear of it. Not a fear as in like, oh my god, I'm scared, just like a fear of like, oh my gosh, if I go to read for this person now and I don't get anything, or what I get they don't make sense of, it kind of just, you block yourself, right? So I think I used to do that a lot, even though a lot of the time I would give good information, but I think I need to get out of the way of my ego with it. And anyway, these throat chakra things are coming back up, so I share this because it's like, sometimes we can dismiss these little things, but actually they're all connected to something. So it's very fascinating. I'm going to read back on your chat, guys, because I'm off here talking away. OBS, breathwork and meditation. Move the energy out that no longer serves you. Sing your truth. Yes. And do you know what else I did when I was really angry about stuff too? Because I have another thing where I will hold anger in, because how else am I going to express it? So now, if I'm like just out in the open and the car's going super fast and no one's there, guess what your girl does? I scream at the top of my lungs, and whoever has pissed me off, like, their name goes out to the universe with a lot of curses. But it's so therapeutic to just scream, because like, I don't know you guys, like when you're in your house, you feel kind of confined, like neighbours are around, do I really want to seem crazy like screaming and shouting right now? But there's something freeing about when you're in the middle of nowhere and no one can hear, and you just like it's like the Leo energy of today. You can literally just roar and like literally let it out. It's great. Naomi put, swarms of dragonflies flying around. A grasshopper hopped on me. Wow. A crockery jumped on me. Oh my god, spider right next to me. All this happened yesterday evening, so I felt super lucky and blessed. That's an incredible sign. Like the fact that they're like those kind of animals, I don't think they don't normally jump on people. Like you don't normally find them on you. So that is definitely a sign for you. And as you said, yeah, so many beautiful things come into you. And the dragonflies, I think they're really unique. I saw a swarm of them last week in the woods, and I'd never seen that many at once in my life, and I was like, whoa, like what's going on here? And anything that catches your attention, out of the norm is definitely your sign, guys. OBS put, your voice is your superpower. Use it. Thank you. It's the key to your success. Accept your abundance. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm ready, if I'm able to accept abundance. But thank you, Primal. Yeah, guys, I don't want to do it right now, but literally, like, it was beyond prime. My dog looked at me like, she literally side-eyed me like, what is that? And I was just like, and I think I probably, but do you know what, then I think I was looking up on it afterwards, and I was like, oh damn, can I hurt my vocal cords by doing that? Probably, but so better than punching a wall and hurting my fist or something, you know what I mean? But honestly, guys, like, it sounds crazy, and I am a crazy woman, so I'll own that, but that to me was more therapeutic than punching anyone in the face, than doing anything, just like screaming this woman's name at the top of my lungs, who, we won't go there, but like, has just really not been doing her job and driving me crazy. This screaming, I like screaming that I want justice. It was just all so powerful in that moment. So Tanya wrote, we have bats, they're right by your house. Wow, see, I haven't seen a bat in years. See, this is what I love, isn't it? Because like, wherever you are, everyone's going to see different things. Yes, you're right, of course. Yeah, it's all about releasing. Yeah, that's it, I knew it had to be released, because it's literally eating me up. The judgment stares and side eyes of dogs. Yep, I know that feeling is like, it's crazy. So another animal that's really been like, guys, if anyone has insights to this, please, because pigeons for the last couple of years have like always been catching my attention. And do you know what they keep doing? I keep catching them right on the fence, whether it's my fence, someone else's fence, wherever I happen to be. These pigeons start making love. Literal kissing, affection. Pigeons are getting more love than human beings, and then they actually go into their intimate act of completely making love. So, and they always do this like on a fence line. So I started thinking about it a bit deeper, because, you know, it's not just an animal doing an act, like this is deep. Do you know what, like, the fence is obviously about the boundary, and this is another huge life lesson I've been learning, is boundaries, right? Yeah, trying to learn boundaries. And like, apparently pigeons mates, like once they mate, that's their person for life, like they're like that. So I was like, wow. So I was like, is this some kind of sign, like there are still good people out there? Like, I don't know, but guys, like, it was crazy. And you think like, I'm here all alone, like through choice, obviously, and it's like, yeah, are they trying to like send me some signs or messages of love? Like, it was but that's been ongoing for several years, this pigeon stuff. So it's crazy, isn't it, how like different animals communicate with different people, because I can guarantee if I asked other people, like, they've probably not seen that at all. Tanya wrote, Ikari tried to catch a dragonfly yesterday. Yeah, they're loving this time of year to try and catch stuff, honestly. Yeah, sorry, yes, OBS said it here, perhaps. Oh no. Okay, I'm not even going to read that one out, but yes, I've read it, and I will take the balance part, but the other part, no. I do think the pigeons are symbolic of definitely balance, like love, commitment, balance. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, they definitely, and the thing is, I used to hate them. Like, everyone surely used to hate them. They're just like, ew. But now I'm actually respecting them. Like, anytime I'm out and I see a pigeon, I'm just like, I love you, I respect you. Like, I literally will talk to the animals. It's crazy. It's literally crazy, guys. I'm so hot as well in here. Because in true me style, I've shut my window because I don't want the world to hear this conversation. Because I figured, like, don't know if everyone's ready for Eclipse, Astrology, New Moon talk. So I shut the window. Probably should open it, shouldn't I? And yeah, the oven heat. But I figured if I just used the oven earlier today, it'll be better, because I think here in the UK, it's, what is it meant to be, like 33, 35 degrees, something crazy. But also, I am having like a major compassion fatigue for the world, because I'm a little bit worried for Mother Earth, because like we haven't had any rain here now for months properly. And I'm really worried that, like, going forward, like, I can kind of see this big picture of like how stuff's gonna play out, but it just worries me for the world, and like growing crops and like our food, our lives. Like, there's definitely some changes taking place, and I just don't think they're all natural, unfortunately. But yeah, I wish I lived close to, like, you know, like a natural little stream from the earth or something, because I'm sure, like, you know, when we have these natural streams, like, water does naturally come from the earth from somewhere, like, surely. So, and I'll also share another crazy, just on the topic of new moon eclipse stuff. So I think I'm also premenstrual, just putting it out there. If we have any male followers, like, we just talk about this stuff, it's natural. So yes, OBS said weather manipulation. It is really scary, and it definitely concerns me. So like, my fatigue, I don't think is just me physically, it is like I feel everything of the world, everything of others, and after a while that gets a bit too much. But premenstrual, where was I going with this? Yeah, so dreams increase and get more vivid. Also trying to listen to my body more. I was going somewhere with this now. Always happens with my brain. Hold on, let's see. Oh, OBS, you got yours yesterday. So you are literally on a white moon cycle, because that's pretty much the new moon. So you are in that like nourishment, that birthing stage, which ties into the birthing of like your business and your work side of things and your Leo 10th house. Oh my God, talk about alignment. It's definitely your sign from the universe that like you have to birth your business stuff. Tanya's, I've managed to grow tomatoes, beans, ginger peppers. Wow. Wow. Oh, yours is due too. So we're all in this similar stage. Me going from rage to exhaustion. Literally, that's me spiraling all the, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? But I think for our bodies also to feel comfortable, to like be able to release, I think we also have to like actually surrender to it too. Like, we can't keep going at 100 miles an hour and then still expect our period to be like, yeah, just casually gonna come along. Like, we have to give ourselves like time and space to honor that, to actually relax. So all this preaching, I am actually going to pull out my yoga mat today, and depending on the heat, might go out in the sun, or I'll just do it in front of the fan. And I'm actually just going to practice the art of just literally laying there doing nothing, like no expectation. I'm going to keep a pad and pen next to me. Any revelations, thoughts, feelings, I get anything that comes up, I'm going to acknowledge it, and I'm going to really, really thrash out my Leo 12th house Chiron wounds, fears, rejection, and I'm going to keep telling myself that I'm good enough. There's not another me, and my voice matters, what I say matters, because it also, you guys may relate with this, but it's really hard to keep trying to think you matter in this world, or to trust yourself, when ever since like pretty much your birth or your upbringing, your childhood, your family have always ingrained and gaslit you and made you feel like you're the problem, when actually they're the problem. It's really hard when you don't have like a support team or anyone in your corner like supporting you to keep trying to show up in the world and be like, hey, yeah, I can do something in this world. Like, it's so hard, guys. So hard. Naomi wrote, thinking of getting a menstrual cup to give back to the earth, reading up on that, but such a strange, oh crap, where's it gone? Oh, there we go. But such a strange thing to even entertain. I'll try anything at this point. Give back to the earth. Do it. I've heard a few women, actually, they've shared that with me, that they've used their menstrual cup and that they do that with the blood afterwards. And even feeding it to your plants is actually meant to be really good. Or some women I know use it in like rituals. You know, well, and I say ritual, like their little spell or an offering, or say like now if you've got your period and you're doing your intentions, I'd definitely use that. Even if you don't have a cup, like for instance, what I use the period pants, so you could like rinse them first in a bucket of water, and then use that bucket of water and like give that back to the earth before you actually wash them. That would be really good to do as well. OBS wrote, yep, starting a business, I do goal clarity sessions, helping people clarify goals and create a comprehensive roadmap based on life, job, business and career and ongoing advisory, because life can be oh my god, that's amazing. I love the sound of that. Yeah, I think if I open up my community page, obviously this is trial and error because I've never done it, then you guys could post. So yeah, you could post like your business in there. Like you could share pictures, like I was saying about the eclipse, if you see anything, or like even if you're just out one day and you see an animal and you're like signs, or if you have a question, because I think it would be nicer if it's not just, because I haven't really been typing much in there because I've just been a dark night of the souling. But yeah, because then you guys can share stuff, and then like if other people see stuff it may be of interest to them, vice versa, we can all help each other out, right? So maybe let me try do that, and then maybe you could share your new business in there, because that sounds great. I'm sure that could definitely help people, inspire people. That's what it's all about, right? And I've always been like that. Even with my other business before, I always used to help other people, always support other people. Unfortunately, not everyone is like that. The world is pretty, and I always used to laugh and joke because it's always like the people you're supposedly closest with, like your friends or your family, like they will never be the ones to support you, never be the ones to pick you up online, wouldn't leave you a comment, wouldn't leave you a feedback. Honestly, my whole life I've just been like gaslit and mocked by people, supposed family or whatever, and now I've just got to that point too. It's just like cords are cut, gotta leave them there, because yeah, what's the point? Like if it was anyone else, you wouldn't tolerate it, so why? Just because, you know what I mean? And the same way over the years too, like I've cut friendships off, people that weren't serving me, weren't serving my highest good. Sometimes you have to do that. We definitely have to do that. But that's so inspiring, and I'm so glad you just went for that with your new job. So this is what happened this morning. Hold on. Now this is where I think, like, is this channeling, is this what? So, longstoryshort.com. Oh, maybe this was like, maybe around 10 years ago, I think, maybe, not sure. And I remember like when I was working at this one place, and I remember I was on their website, and there was a really beautiful picture of me actually. I've got it screenshotted on my phone. I was looking at it this morning and I just thought, wow, like, wish I could still look that good. Size. Anyway, I don't think I was at a good point in my life, for sure. And then I started thinking of this boss. So in my head, something just told me to like Google and look it up. This is what I mean, something in my head. So if you relate, maybe this is just me being a bit cray, but no, like these thoughts don't just come out of no, like that's where you start channeling things, or like I think spirit gives you things. So I started looking up this boss. And it's so weird because you know when you literally haven't thought of someone in years, and then they suddenly pop up into your consciousness. And yeah, things didn't end on good terms with this basically, because she was not good in the end of it all. So anyway, so I was like looking her up, and then out of nowhere I managed to get her date of birth. and her full name. Which sounds crazy, but when you're a numerologist, that's just like, that is like the cheat code of life 101. I was like, oh my god. So it sent me on this journey, and of this guy she was with at the time who was just like loads of drama, was clearly using her. They're clearly not together anymore now. Anyways, so I was just like, when I saw this, I thought, why has this landed on my lap in the day of the new moon eclipse? Like, what's going on here? Or it made me think, like, was she talking about me? Like, did I get a little, like, I can't quite put my finger on like the reasons of why or how I decided to just randomly get this information. But then I started like looking up some of her numbers, and I was like, you know, it explained a lot, but also like we had very similar charts. So I was like, oh my god. But also it's like a lesson as well, because like sometimes when you've known people, you've worked for them, or you've known them personally too, and then you see their life literally like rise and fall, and their challenges, and then suddenly you see their numbers and their blueprint, you're just like, it all adds up and it all makes sense. So that was just fascinating. So again, I just don't know, like that was pulling me back to like a bit of my numerology again. I was just like, oh my god. You know me, I was like digging deep in with it, but I just thought I'd share that with you guys because it was blooming random, but that is exactly how my mind works. And I do believe like if you randomly get these thoughts about people or situations from like years ago and you haven't thought about them, maybe there's also something in that like I needed to heal in myself, of like, yeah, maybe there's something coming up there. But also it's definitely the universe like showing me like a lot about someone. Yeah. it was just crazy. ABS wrote, community page would be great. Own your intuition. Yes. All you need is her birthplace. Yes. Yeah, you see, if I want to take the astrology angle, whatever, but yeah, it blew my mind. I was just like, oh my god, like I didn't even really have to work hard to find that out, you guys, just saying. I also think that's probably all my Scorpio trine energy of like detective, likes to dig underneath with stuff. But also maybe like maybe she's just going through something a bit transformational in her life now. Maybe I'm just tuning in. And it was really weird because the psychic that used to come into the workplace, it was her psychic. I actually joined her group a few years ago, and I used to do mediumship in it. So isn't it a funny old weird small world? The internet is too easy. No, guys, it is. But like, I promise, like, I'm not being a stalker. It's just like, you know when something just drops in your head, this is what I mean. Like, why did it drop in my head then? Like, why did I suddenly think of this woman? Why did I type her in? Then why did I look her up? And then why did I see these details? Then why did I look at her numerology and be like, oh? But also it's letting me kind of like learn, and also I think as well, maybe it's reassurance to me that like life doesn't all have to have happened just yet, because she was an older woman. But actually it's showing me that like sometimes you might not hit your calling until a lot later in life, and that's actually okay. Like I think we pressure ourselves sometimes too much, even in like our 20s, 30s, 40s, like that we have to have it all figured out. And like, you know, I beat myself up all the time because I'm just like I don't know, like 100%, like I know, but I don't, like, do you know when you just feel like, where's my place in the world? Like what shouldn't be doing? Like we could go through these times of questioning ourselves. And I think a message in that too is like, it's from when I saw her age turning point, I was like, hey, she had a lot of life going on after. So yeah, I think everything before that is like building us up. So like, don't pressure yourselves if you haven't got it all figured out. There we go. There was a reason to the story, and maybe there'll be more revealed to it. Like, who freaking knows? One sec. And this, every rejection is for our protection, because ultimately, if I'd have stayed there, I wouldn't have gone on to have my own business for several years that really grew me and really showed me I could start from here and literally go up. Like, Yeah, that was before obviously like my spiritual stuff, guys, just saying. But yeah, if I hadn't have been rejected from that job, then yeah. So it just shows, is what I mean, like it's really hard, like sometimes when our world can feel like it's breaking, but then we kind of get redesigned and put onto a new path. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, like if I hadn't have got fired from that job or sacked or whatever it was, I have to laugh, because she got insecure and jealous that I was going to go do my own thing anyway. Yeah, then yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today. Do you see what I mean? So every little thing, like it may seem so little and small, but actually everything is always redirecting us just to our path. Like OBS saying about where she was living and whatnot, and then like now you're on this path doing what you've been called to do. Naomi is right here. I've taught my daughter the ways. Oopsie. You have to. Okay, OBS, knowledge is power, helpful to see potential, bad timelines through. Yes, exactly. And also, if nothing else, it's always that reminder of like trust our intuition, because I strongly remember at the time this psychic was like giving her the go ahead with this guy and everything, and we were all just like, he is at trouble from the start. Like she put businesses in his name, like she was funding everything. It was like we were all like but it's like, you know when like that one person can't see it and it's really sad, but you just like, that person's there for the takings. And like I'm sure as women we've all experienced that, like, you know, a certain guy in our lives that just has not, or even if you're a man watching, sorry, and like, you know, you've had someone take advantage or just use you for what they can get, and like it's so soul destroying. But it again is that huge reminder of like your intuition, of being like trust it. Like you can know the first time from looking at someone. Sometimes it's hard when you're emotionally invested, but you can see from people's motives. And then it's sad, yeah, when someone else isn't kind of guiding that person, or you know, then they've got that position of power, like they're feeding them information, but it's not always for their highest good. And I think that was something then when I looked at the numerology charts, it just allowed me to see like, yeah, maybe the reasons they came together, some of the lessons they had to learn together, and ultimately why it didn't work. So it's very interesting. Yes. OBS, wrong psychic, yes. And again, this is that whole thing, like some of these psychics, they can be gifted, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have high spiritual maturity. So they can tell you stuff, but they're not necessarily going to guide you in the right way. Do you know what I mean? Or perhaps the right one to help her learn the lesson. That's it. And sometimes that's the thing, like we look and we think, oh, why didn't they avoid it? But sometimes in life we have these lessons and we have to learn and go through them. So ultimately, yeah, we can't always escape them. Because I look back on some of my life and choices and I think, like, why did I self-torture and go through all that pain? And then it's like our lessons, but the soul has to learn it. And I always say that, like, and I got taught that once when I went to a numerologist, and she read for me, she said, like, your soul has to learn the lesson. So until you learn it, it's like, for instance, the issues with family as an example, it's going to keep hurting you and keep hurting your soul until you stop and go, yeah, that doesn't feel nice, so I'm not going to allow it to happen, or I'm going to remove myself from that. Or guess what, I've learned that now, so guess what, in another life, my soul won't keep having to learn that lesson, but it'll keep repeating and hurting you until suddenly you're like, that's enough. That is enough. And I think that's the same. It could be like a job, it could be relationships, it could be any of that kind of thing, and it'll keep happening until you and be like, that's enough. My soul's learned that. Okay, I've learned that feels like absolute, and I'm not gonna let that happen again. So I'm hoping, like, yeah, a lot of deep lessons I've learned in life, I'm hoping they won't repeat, because my soul has learned, ow, that's painful, like, I've learned that lesson now. But sometimes, like, that's why I struggle. I used to struggle when I was younger, and I'd see like older people like Or like I'll use my own mother as the example, and I'd be like, you're what, like 60, nearly 60, and like you're still in the same toxic cycle in marriage and all these issues. You're still the same toxic person and you do not change. And it's like, I cannot fathom it through my head, like how certain people can be of a certain age and like they don't change. But this is where the soul's different, because some people may be old but they're a young soul, so they're not going through as many rapid life lessons because they're not learning in that same way. Whereas you could have a young person, like let's say someone that's 18, like they're young, but like they've got this old soul, so it's like they have this awareness about them. And I think with a lot of, I've always said this, but with a lot of the kids now that come through from like the 2000 onwards generation, I feel like a lot of them are a lot more old soul, so like they'll know them. I've got chills just going up me as I said that, but they know themselves more, like they learn things a lot faster, they know their purpose faster than like a lot of the time what we did and whatnot. So yeah, that's where obviously it's like struggling with like the physical experience versus the spiritual side of stuff for sure. But yeah guys, like let me know if this resonating. Let me know if you guys also have any other questions, because I do go off on my talks. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, please let me know in chat. And I think I'm definitely going to try this, no, no I didn't, because I got too busy chatting away. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, I did 6 items. I did 6 items out of, still probably like another 20 to go. But you guys helped me. I mean, I did 6. Where's it gone? And no, I left it in the oven. It is keeping warm because I was actually just enjoying talking to you guys more. So the food could wait, even though I was starving hungry, but it can wait. So a little, this is the thing, it's giving me that little bit of progress now, motivation. And yeah, 6 is better than none. I could have kept going, but you know me, once I go off on a tangent, it's like, no, once I go deep into the trail of thought, all my energy like focuses on that. But you know what, I'm gonna just have to start calling this is gonna be the I'm gonna have to start calling my lives come do the dishes with. Oh my god, this is gonna have to be a thing now guys, like you are my support network. This is gonna have to be come and do the dishes with me, daily tea and updates. That's literally what we're gonna have to do, because it's a problem. And I just hate it, like, and I really need to have a little chair here so I can just, yeah, but yeah, I think that's what my new lives will be called. There we go, dish hour, that's the one. And we will have to choose a topic. So maybe in a day or two, when the dishes come back down from 20 and gone back up to, and also how does one person create 20 dishes? I think I'm going to have to start buying biodegradable plates or something, because do you know what it is? I'll use something and it goes in the pile and then I'll get something out to use that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's daunting, but if I have something to focus on it, normally what I do is I'll set my tablet up and I'll try watch something, like, you know, watch something, distract my mind, or I'll maybe try people watch, but there's not really much people, but I'll watch something, but there was nothing to watch today, so I was like what can I do? So then I figured, like, I need to talk about, I had a little burning urge to talk about this eclipse, so I'm gonna see how I feel the rest of the day, and I think maybe I might come back on maybe tomorrow. I'll see. Do you know what, I can't promise because it depends how I feel, but we'll do a re-update catch up, so like keep notes of your meditation, your dreams, whatever's been happening, revelations, all types of stuff that might come up to the surface, and then we'll rediscuss, because don't 100% quote me, but then I'm pretty sure in like another 2 weeks we're going to have the full moon, and I'm pretty sure that's an eclipse one too. So this is what I'm saying, like when we're in this small portal of like loads of stuff happening, there's always big stuff that ends up happening through it. So even if you think your life's like really quiet and boring, like even on like small personal levels, even in the world, like stuff will just be coming up now. Like it can't not, because that's how the energy is aligned. Like people think Mercury retrogrades and stuff are bad. Like this is like, it's not bad, it's just so intense, like intense energy. So like stay hydrated. Water's a great thing if you have water to spend time in, because that actually really helps your energy field too. I personally love just floating in some water, or you know, it really helps me too. And I think we'll reconnect back on like, yeah, and if anyone's got any like burning questions, or like, I want to encourage you guys to, of course, like with your own intuitions, your own psychic gifts, like what's coming up for you, what you're maybe feeling, or if you need extra insights into stuff too. Let's name your right paper plates for the win. I mean, yeah, I've never done it so far, but I'm really, really tempted. OBS, what I do, I rinse it clean before I drop it in the sink. When I come back, it's just a quick scrub when I when I have to do them all, but my parents ingrained in us, sink must be empty. Yep, I know that one, yep, but yeah, I'm yet to master that. Dishes are not my best friends. I was not born or destined to do dishes. I must have, do you know what, in another life I was probably a bloody cleaner or something, and that's probably where my despise for cleaning comes from. And I even torture myself watching these ridiculous short videos of someone doing all this miraculous cleaning in like 0.10 seconds. I mean, number one, you destroyed my brain cells, you destroyed my motivation and hope, and you gave me this unrealistic standard that I could just sort my house out like so quick. But I sometimes I watch them because like I'm like, oh my god, if this person can get rid of that mess in this time, maybe it'll motivate me. But yeah, I do try. I try anything for the motivation. But yeah, you guys have helped me, so I'm gonna jump off so I can ground myself, eat a heavy meal because I'm premenstrual and I need to ground. And then we're going to see how it goes, and I'll try open up this community page so you guys can share in there too. And also just make sure your notifications are turned on, so if I do random lives, that hopefully you can join. I mean, maybe maybe I need to aim more for like this in the middle of the day where I am, which maybe for you guys is like earlier. Don't know about your time zones, because sometimes when I do the evenings, I know it's sometimes not as many people, and if I haven't done anything or posted for quite a while on YouTube, I feel like it doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't notify as many people, or maybe not as, I don't know, it's technical stuff, isn't it? So just go with the flow. Right, Naomi, I love and appreciate you. I love and appreciate you too. Thank you so much, and I'm thinking of you. OBS, ground yourself, boo. Notification worked for me. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys. Thank you, Tanya. And I also just want to say, whatever you're wishing for, whatever you need in your life right now, this goes for all of us. Just like supercharge that with so much energy going into you guys to amplify your hopes, your wishes, your dreams for your highest vibrational good, that you get everything you need and desire. And sending you like loads of thanks, loads of love and appreciation. So yeah, I'm sending you energy for that, guys, and I pray that you get it. I want to check in and make sure you do. There is also something else, I can't share it on here, but it was a big revelation that just came through a couple of days before. Universe did send some help my way, so these things can work in mysterious ways, so do not give up faith, okay? Double tap to like the live. Yes, thank you. I don't have to do it on the screen, but I guess I can't like my own video. Okay guys, thank you so much for helping me through this morning and giving me some positive, uplifting and help with my dishes. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye.